Hi, it's Max Rock with multifamilygeeks.com. Trying to do another underwriting video for multifamily properties. I'm going to start back at the beginning here. This is a shared folder among one of the underwriting teams. We're going to look at folder number 4 right here. And we're going to underwrite a property Midwood Forest. And we're just going to do the rough underwriting, which if I do this right, should be about 30 minutes or so. And that's just the beginning. If it looks good, we're going to go on to a comprehensive underwriting. Comprehensive underwriting will take a lot more than 30 minutes. I would say between an hour and 3 hours, depending on the complexity of the property, the number of units, the complexity of finding the comparable rents for the area, etc. Right? So this is a shared folder, and what we do is upload the property, and then there's a team of 5 that underwrites it. And this is team number 4. So we did a call where we underwrote this one, and when I went back and looked at it, it didn't record well. The video was lagging behind the audio. So I'm going to try to reshoot the same thing here that we went over. So when we started with this, none of these had numbers on them, right? They look like this. And what I like to do in these folders is number the files, and I'm removing them and then going to put them back on for you to see, just so you can see the process of what we go through. So when we upload these folders, you know, we're looking for multiple documents of importance. We're looking for a rent roll, a T12, and an OM. If the property is truly off market, there may not be an OM. OM stands for Offering Memorandum. So here's what the folder might look like to begin with, right? And this is Ben's right here. He did an underwriting on this before me. So I might just go in and call this 01. I see the OM, I like that. I might call this 02. There's no magic to this, you guys. It's just when we're on the phone, if I need to say, you know, please open file 1, it's easy for you to find it. If I'm saying open the file labeled this, I tell you with 5 people on the phone, they're searching around looking for it. Trust me, I've done this before, and this is way better to do. So let's rename this. This is a T12. Let's call it number 3. And I'm just going in order of 1, 2, 3. Here's a rent roll. Let's call that 04. And I know the urge to try to define what gets what number, but I would resist that. You're just giving them the ability for this file folder to say open file number 5, and we go from there. All right, the next thing is I want to download a fresh copy of the underwriting template. It's free on multifamilygeeks.com. Multifamilygeeks, if you go like this and Google it. Hopefully you get to multifamilygeeks.com, or you can type it in straight away. Home, Facebook, invest in multifamily properties. Yep. Here it is right here, multifamilygeeks.com. Remember our 5 core values: team player, humbly competent, do what we say, do what's right, continually growing. Right? We say we're human, we're not perfect, but that is the foundation that we're trying to build relationships upon. And if you've been in multifamily any more than a few minutes, you'll realize that this business is all about relationships. And you'll find out very quickly, without core values, you're going to run into some relationships that don't work so well. Right? So here it is here. It's the second one in order on this list. By the time you look at this, it's probably different. It changes quite often. It's being morphed as time goes by. Here's what the underwriting template looks like. Click on it. It opens. If you're not in Chrome, this might have problems. So I've talked to a couple people that had problems downloading it. That was the only thing I could sort of focus in on why they were having trouble. Otherwise, a lot of people have downloaded this. Download Excel. All right, so File, Download Excel. File, Download Excel. Here it comes down here. There it is. Okay. And now we're going to go back to the property folder that we're going to underwrite. We're going to do New, File Upload, go to Downloads folder, and here it is here. 00MFG Portfolio Trainer, underwriting template beta version. This is 3.21. Again, by the time you go to the website, it'll be different. So we would upload this like this one. I'm going to rename this, let's call it 06. It's the next one in order. And I might put some things on here like max. This is called Midwood Forest. And maybe put a date on 6/2/2021. Open up the trainer or the underwriting template. Notice the tabs that populate along the bottom. You can underwrite up to 7 properties on this and then combine it into a combo underwriting template. You can click through the different properties and see them. There's property 1, property 2, property 3, etc. And it all rolls up into a combo UT. If this looks good and you like this portfolio property or you like the one, right, then go ahead and do a comprehensive underwriting. That's this tab here. Comprehensive will let you do the full 10-year pro forma. If you like, you can set the number of years the hold is. You can set to refi in a number of months. Yes, I want to refinance. I want to refinance in 36 months, whatever the case may be. All right, let's do 36 months. And I want interest only on that refi for 2 years. That'll roll it all into a 10-year pro forma. Well, if the hold's 5, it'll be a 5-year pro forma. So there's a full package on analyzing all the rents. There's a full package on construction scheduling, so you can go ahead and decide when you're going to construct what. And there's your pro forma at the end. It'll give you the IRR for the project level returns and the LP returns, right? Limited partner. So back to property 1. We're going to create a new tab down here. Just say new tab. This is going to be where we place our T12. So let's go back out. Let's look at the T12. This is the one provided by the broker from the seller of the property. You can click this all highlight up here. It's right between A1. Let's make sure we're in the right account. Click this all highlight right here. There we go. Highlights the entire page. You don't have to scroll like this. Don't do that. You'll miss something. Just click this button right here. Everything highlights. Say copy. Go into the tab we just made. Say paste. And something went wrong. Say undo right here. Go back here. Say copy. Did I not do that right? Copy. Did I get it? How about this? Now paste. There we go. First thing I like to do is say format. Clear formatting. Control / is clear formatting. Gets rid of all the bolds, all the shading, all that stuff. Puts it into 8-point font. I like to get rid of the 2 decimal places. 1, 2. Simplifies all the numbers for me to see. And I like to condense the number of months down to smaller column sizes so I can see more. I like to count them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That's because the one time I underwrote a property with 13 months in the T12, so it was a T13. And of course I had good numbers, and I was wrong. I had to go back and redo it. So now what am I doing? I'm going to insert. I want to move this totals column right here next to the name of the column. Right? So I'm going to insert 3 columns, highlight the 3 columns, right click, say insert 3 on the left, boom. Come over here to column Q. I'm going to say cut. Come back to column B. I'm going to say paste. Boom, there we go. Everything's right next to the description for the account. Well, the account name, I guess it is, not necessarily a description, but an account name. I like this middle column to be centered, and I want any text I write in there to wrap Just my personal idea of what I like. I'm going to go ahead and put some controls in here for insert checkboxes. So I want to copy and paste this. Copy. I've got a HAP rent. That's an additional rent paid for subsidized tenants. And I've got a rent amount here. So I'd like to know this right here maybe. Let's see. I'm going to combine these to get this. So this is my rent. This is not a gross potential rent. This is a gross scheduled rent. I would assume because they're collecting everything that's scheduled, right? Well, okay. Minus some vacancy and concessions and bad debt. So another way may be to annualize. So see these months here? Notice these months, the way they go. Look at the way revenue is going. 65,000 this month, then 63, then 59, then 61, then 58, then 59, 58, 65. Then 65, then 71. Boom. Look at how much I jumped. And then 73, and then 75. Revenue is definitely up in this building, and it looks like it's on an upward trend. So I might be tempted to come over here and say equals the sum of these 3 months. So let's add up the last 3 months. Let's divide it by, no, let's multiply it, since it's 3 months, let's multiply it by 4 to get an annual rent. So here we are at 882. Right, that's the actual rent. And then if we go here and say this equals this plus these other items, the HAP rent and plus this small prepaid rent, whatever that is. Bing. So 913 looks like a better than I'm going to get rent than if I just take 807. Quite a bit better. Right? If I take 807, it's adding 777 plus 32 minus the 2033. So here's one rent I'm going to start with. Let's copy this and let's go on down. Here's RUBS, utilities. Sometimes they bury it in other income. I'm going to separate that out. Here is, this looks like some sort of concessions or something here. Or bad debt maybe. Let's call that bad debt. All right. Then I'm going to get some sort of total once that's subtracted out. So this would be plus this number since it's subtracted out, minus this number. So this is going to equal the 64,909. Let's do minus a minus. That'll add it in. And let's do then minus this 42,000 because we're going to count it here under utilities RUBS. I'll show you that in a second. So 76,000 be other income. We should definitely match up with this right here, total revenue. And come on down, we should have maintenance. Contract services, looks like it's gone right here. Payroll, 126908. Insurance and taxes. Here's property taxes right here, but notice insurance looks like it's spread across two charges here, 39378 and 2922. So let's say this equals this plus this. Okay. Let's keep going here. Copy. Let's keep going down. We need management fees are here. Professional services. I don't know. Well, management fees is in this. This could be payroll or this could be admin. Look, here's advertising. Legal and professional security should be contract services. Okay. And then what's left here? Professional services should probably go into admin. Where's admin up here again? I haven't seen admin yet. Okay, here's utilities. Total utilities. Here is general and admin here. Okay, this is admin. But I'm going to add in to admin equals this number here, which is the total of admin, plus, go back up here, legal and professional. I'm going to add that in. Got it. I'm going to get rid of this. I need a place to check on my operating expenses. I'll check for the seller, and this one here I'll check for the net operating income to see if I can get that right in my template. And then this security service, I'd like to be in contract services up here. Fees and contract services, pest control here. I'd like this to be equals this 24943, and let's add to it this security down here, 1788. All right, let's roll. This property is, let's go back to find the OM, open up the OM. Do you know you can search OMs? Let's see if this one searches. Taxes. No, it doesn't search. So I'm going to download it and open it in the, I'm going to do a little trick here. Download this. Open it in a Google browser PDF format. Boom. There we go. And now when you search, find taxes. There you go. It's going to make it a lot easier. Here's taxes here. It just popped up. Here's real estate taxes, and look, there's the mill rate right there, which you're looking for. All right. With that said, let's go to the top of this thing. This is called Midwood Forest, and here's the address. Copy. Close this out because I got it in my template now. ID, WOD, Midwood Forest. Here's the address. Forest Park, Georgia. Nice. All right. Today's date. It will be different by the time you look at this. Number of units. Go back to the OM. Right here it says 100 units built in 1966. That's old. We can expect higher expenses. Purchase price, I don't know. I'm going to guess. We'll find out a whisper price later. 15 million I'm putting in. That's 150,000 a unit. Let's find out the square feet, rentable square feet. And if I don't see it right away pop up here, like there should be a summary page right at the top. This broker decided to go straight into all the great things about Georgia. That's fine. Let's do find. And let's do rentable square feet. Rentable. And look at that right here. See it? Total rentable square feet, 92,396. 92,396. Boom. That's $162 a square foot price. And now we've got the basics filled out right here, right? We don't know about a whisper price yet. We're going to leave these alone. We're going to rename our tab Midwood Forest. Property 1 is Midwood. This tab we're going to rename Midwood T12. Right? And now we're going to bounce back and forth between the T12 and fill out the majority of our underwriting template. Let's start with 807-667. And this is asking for a gross scheduled rent, you guys. That's different than a gross potential rent. We try to play with that a little bit on our column, but not a full analysis of that in this. This is a quick underwriting in 30 minutes or less, and you're going to get the idea whether we're going to continue or not. If we continue, we'll go to this full comprehensive input tab, and we'll do the full underwriting, all right? But that's another 1 to 3 hours on top of the 30 minutes. So our goal is to underwrite 100 properties to find one. We don't really want to spend too much time, so I like the 30 minutes at first. Now, when we go back over here, the one thing we haven't seen anything about, now we got the 807-667. We put that in right here. See it, 807-667. Go back and check off that checkbox. Boom. We didn't put in the 913 yet. I think I'll put that into our gross potential rent. I'll put that on my column, because that's kind of a guess given the trend of the property, right? We're looking at these three we looked at just to highlight those. Those were the three that we annualized. How do we annualize them? We added them up and multiplied by 12. That would pretend that we had 12 of these, well, 4 sets of these three to equal 12 months in a year. That's how we get up to this calculation of a higher rent. Now that's optimistic. It's not conservative, but at some point you got to be fair to the property. If the property is trending up like we see it, If you underwrite it for 12 months and all of your competitors underwrite it for, let's annualize the last 3, they're going to be able to pay a higher price than you. Now, maybe they get bit in the end, but if they get the property and you don't because you wanted to be so conservative, I mean, that's okay, but you know, it's hard to get properties if you're going to be super conservative. Now, I agree with you, there's times when you should be, and there's times when you shouldn't be, and that's sort of an art rather than a science. So let's get down to additional income here. We've got $42,467. RUBS. 42,467. Other income, so 42,467 was RUBS. See it there, utilities, and then less bad debt. We're going to call that 53,958. I don't see any vacancy in the numbers. Problem. I'm going to put them into my numbers because I don't believe that something doesn't have vacancy, right? Here, 53,598 is good. The remainder of the other income is 76,400. There we go. Now we have 872,576. 872,576. We have 872,576. Look at that. Mark lines up here. I put this in, 76,400. I'm checking these off as I go. And notice that my number matches. So I'm putting in the seller's numbers right now. I'm not saying they're right, you guys. I'm just saying we need to understand the seller's numbers first. Then we're going to go from that and make our own. R&M, repairs and maintenance, is 50,182. Got it. 50,182, check it off. Contracts, 26,732. Payroll, 126,908. Property tax, 98,284. Insurance, 42,300. Advertising, 10,986. These we already took into account. Management fees, 44,012. %. Look at that, 44,000. Well, I'm going to match it at 44.5, so mine's 4.5%. This probably just is lacking a decimal point. If you expand this one, yep, well, 5.4. Oh, it's based off of this revenue. I'm going to base mine off of my revenue. Okay, I should match theirs. Let's match theirs with 5%. All right. We'll do that in a second more too. So 44,012, professional services, utilities, 123,174. Midwood. Uniforms. What is all this stuff? General and admin, 17,523. Total, 540,101. Look at that, 540,102. I'm within $1. Good enough. I'll call it a rounding error. Net operating income, 332,474. 332,475. Perfect. All right, so I've captured their numbers right now, right? So here's my underwriting. This column captures their numbers. That's the sellers. Now, it looks like they're losing money, but they probably aren't paying P&I right now. They're not paying principal and interest. They probably got an interest-only loan on this property, so they probably are making money. I don't know if they're making a killing, but they're probably breaking even. There's probably 400,000 here. I don't know if they're breaking even. Close, maybe not. Anyway, let's go back and start to look at at ours, all right? If we scroll back up and look at when they introduced this property, brokers love to tell you the value add because they're trying to charge you for that now. So if the broker's going to tell you the value add, we'll at least put it in. Looks like they want a $143 premium on 63 remaining units. Looks like they've fixed up 37, and they've proven this. It's called a proof of concept. So they fixed up 37 units. They're getting 143 more per unit. So they're telling us, hey, go make the repairs on the rest of the units, and you can charge 143 more per unit. So let's try to play this out in a model. 37, 100 minus 37 is 63, so let's do 63 remaining units. Let's think that we are going to spend $8,500 to fix up those units, and I'm not totally sure of that. I'm kind of taking a guess right now. We're not going to improve this 143. You know why? Because that 143 was spread over the remaining 63. So let's do some math here. Let's take 143 times 63 and then divide it by 100. That will take that $143 raise over 63 units, divide it by 100, and tell us how much per unit overall we're going to raise the rent. Well, I need an equals in front of this to make it a valid equation, or in this case, an expression. It's not an equation. 90 bucks is the average. So 90 bucks added into the overall price. And I might take, remember, see this 915 right here? I might go back now and add in this potential of 913,082. 913,082. 913,082. And you're going to have to look at these formulas to see a little bit more. But I'm saying a gross potential rent after renovations are $1,021,000. Oh, I'm just going to say I did the calculation here. I want it right here. So I'm going to say this one equals this one. A little bit of on the fly here. It's all right. I don't see any vacancy. I don't believe it. I'm putting in 512. In fact, I might even get scared at this point and put in 527 because I'm worried of what the heck is going on where they're not willing to show me this, right? So at the very least, we got 7 here. Yeah, 7% on concessions or bad debt. I'll keep that in there. Let's see what else we got. 42,000. I'll match their utility reimbursement, and I'll match their other income. Let's go back to those taxes we said. We said find taxes, and we had a mill rate we found. We didn't type that in yet. Taxes. Here it is. 5 point... Oh, I can't see. 5.1832. 5.1832. That goes here. 5.1832. There we go. And this is Georgia. So if it were Texas, this would have to be 100% of the purchase price. In Georgia, I know what it normally is. I'm going to go with 40% here. So this is more like it. We're tripling the property taxes to $310. They probably paid $5 million for this property at some point, right? That's why they are making money. Because they didn't pay $15 million, right? They paid $5. All right, so let's go down and say $350 there. Insurance looks like $425. I'm going to match that per unit. I like their payroll. I'm going to go for $1250. That's important. Remember, on a small property like 100 units, you have to pay the payroll of the employees. So you're going to need a full-time property manager / leasing agent. That'll cost you $75,000 with benefits included. And you're going to need a full-time maintenance tech. That's going to cost you $45,000 with benefits included. So that's a total of $120. So let's drop in $125. Fine. They have a repairs. They don't have any make-ready in. I like repairs and make-ready, totaling $650. Theirs totals $500. I'm going to leave mine at $650. $175 for admin. I'm leaving mine at $250. I don't believe it. Property management may be a little bit expensive, so let's adjust this. Let's go to 4 on that. I'm going to go down on property management. I just don't. They're paying themselves or something. You know, they're the property managers and they're paying themselves. We're not going to. We're going to match utilities here. That's good. $100 a door for marketing. Contract services should be $400. They've only got $267. They don't have anything in here. They've got it buried in that overall number. Either you do the overall number or the partial numbers, right? So let's zero those out. So I'm coming up with $783,592. And I'm going to go over here. Let's check the loan. I'm going to say 30% down. Looks like our debt coverage ratio stinks. You might have to put more down if that's true. And let's say 4.0 for a interest rate. That's probably fine for right now. Let's do interest only down here. That'll give us a little bit. Any benefit? 8,500, 250 in holding. Let's see. P&I reserves right now is 0, you guys. It was 12 months, but as of this filming. So we're back to 2 months of operating expenses in there. That's good. The raise is 6,721,000 at this price. So unless you're going to drop this in half or something, you know, I don't know what this thing would go through. Not even worth calculating to me. Well, not $1 million. What I meant to do. There we go. Even at 10 million, it's 1.8, right? Percent cash on cash right here. I don't think this is going to work, but in 30 minutes or less, I've got a rough underwriting. I don't like this property. I'll tell you what I don't like so far is. First of all, I need to know the true whisper price. There's some chance that my 15 million is crazy, but there's a lot of chance these days that's exactly what they want. It's 150 a door, and I know it's an older property, but at this point, properties are selling for that in that area. So I need the whisper price for sure, so I'll put it on my call the broker person's list to go call and follow up with and see what the whisper price is. And then the other aspect is, what's the real value add here? This is only one value add, fixing up and getting 143 more per door by pumping in who knows how much. Probably 8,500 is a pretty good guess. It's not a micro reposition, it's probably a pretty good reposition. And they're not telling me at the moment, at least it's not jumping out to me, when the last, when is the last time this thing was fixed up, right? When was it renovated before? I would find it very hard to believe that, that it hadn't been renovated since 1966. Here's some of their comps. We'd look at that next to see about rents. Just out of curiosity, we're hitting a rent at 92 cents a square foot. Some of these might be a lot higher depending on the area. Here's a 1971. Tell me the rent per square foot on this. They're not telling me. 71. So they're going to make me do that calculation to see if I'm hitting that. Anyway, at the moment, that's a rough underwriting. Unless I learn some more about the, you know, the value adds right here, I'm not very excited about this property at all. And I definitely am not doing a comprehensive underwriting on this property when it's running negative. Okay, so that'll get you started, and that'll get you underwriting, and that'll get you somewhere down the road of, is this something that I want to look at further or not, right? In this case, I would say no. So go to multifamilygeeks.com, download your free copy of this underwriting template, and hope this video helps.